Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of really great recipes that are Christmassy, although they could be used not just for Christmas, but they'd be perfect for a Christmas party or just your family gathering, whatever you're doing. I've got 8 ounces of cream cheese that has been softened, a half a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of milk. I'm using an unsweetened vanilla almond milk because that's what I have open. I probably would have just used the regular almond milk, but this one was open and I thought it's not really a strong taste, but it's vanilla, so either way it'll work. We've got 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of peppermint extract. I am using a peppermint essential oil. I always feel like I need to say this first so you know that if you're using an essential oil, it needs to be one that has been approved for consumption. The ones I use have been, so I'm using that instead of the peppermint extract, and we're gonna just mix this together really well. Now I'm taking 1 container of whipped topping and we're just going to fold this in. The recipe calls for 7 candy canes that have been crushed up. I've got 4 here. I don't want to empty my tree quite yet, so but you're supposed to fold in half of them and then the rest gets sprinkled on top. So I'm gonna crush these ones here to mix in here, and then I'm gonna use something else for garnishing the top. If you find yourself having a hard time unwrapping candy canes, because I usually do, I'm gonna be crushing them anyway, I just kind of break it up where the hook is, and that gets it started. Of course, not on this one that I'm talking to you while I'm doing it, but if you saw the other ones, they went pretty easy. All right, I did crush those up pretty good because I didn't want big pieces in here. This is my cute little dip container. I got this at Marshall's and I love it because it keeps cold, dips cold. You can put a little bit of ice here and then fill it up with water so that you have ice water surrounding the bowl, and yeah, it'll keep it cold. So I'm gonna put this in here. Probably won't all fit in here, but all right, so I have a bag or a bunch of these like soft peppermint candies, so I'm gonna just break them up, I think. All right, and it's all done, ready to eat. All right, so I've got the dip ready to serve. I'm not displaying this pretty on a plate because I'm actually not serving it quite right this moment, but I'll be putting it out with some Oreos or this off-brand of Oreos, whatever. They all taste good to me, as well as some vanilla wafers. You could also use graham crackers or even probably some sliced up apples would be really good, but I did taste the dip and it is delicious. All right, so for this next one, this is going to be a savory dish. It's also using cream cheese. We are not going to have this room temperature. You want this to still be chilled. You could you could soften it a little bit before serving if you wanted by just taking the completed dish out. But while we're preparing it, you definitely want it still nice and firm. I think I'm actually gonna just do this on the wrapper. So, now if you're doing this not at Christmas time, just leave it as a block like this, or if you just don't feel like putting in this effort here. But what we're going to do is cut it diagonally. Just kind of hard to do because it just keeps sticking. So I think it's actually easier to keep it like this in the wrapper. Okay. I used to do this all the time for like parties and stuff, and people always loved it, and I just kind of forgot about it. So let's try to do this without messing this up. Just flip it around so it is like a Christmas tree. I gotta clean up my hands real quick. Then you're gonna take some pesto. This is, I think, from Aldi. I don't remember, I bought it a while ago. I'm just gonna mix it up just a little bit because the oils were kind of on top here. So kind of hard to do with a small jar. Whoops, I'll have to clean that up. Then you are just going to spread this on top. I am going to have it going down the sides just a little bit. It's hard to do it and also keep it looking pretty, but you know, not all food has to be completely pretty, right? Now this is probably best done right before you serve it, which is not the case for me today because I'm trying to film this, but that's okay. We clean up these edges really quick. Now, if you have a red bell pepper, you could dice that up into little pieces and sprinkle that on top. The stores I went to, you could only buy them in packs, and I knew that the others would get wasted, so I passed. And then I'm just gonna take a cheese stick here and cut, I don't know, a half of it, a third of it, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna do mine a little shorter. Put that at the bottom for a trunk, and then I will, when the time comes, I don't want them to get stale or soggy from any of the oils, but I'll put not pretzels, you could do pretzels, but I'm gonna put crackers around the outside. I'm gonna use these crackers from Aldi. This is a really nice assortment, but you could also use like these Clubhouse crackers or the buttery rounds, whatever you wanna do, but really quick to whip up, and people always really enjoy this one. And if you go through the trouble of making it like this, not really a trouble, but the extra step, then it's extra festive too. But once again, you can leave it whole. It's just a 1 block of cream cheese and use it anytime, and you know, doesn't look like a Christmas tree. All right guys, well that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you consider giving these little appetizers a try. They are really easy to put together and they're always a big hit, so I definitely highly recommend them. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. It really does help me out. Subscribe if you are new. Turn on your notification bell so you don't miss my future videos, and I'll see you tomorrow.